Right. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. It means a lot to our programs here with Racer Basketball to have such great media coverage, so I appreciate that. I'd like to thank Dave Winder and Parker Griffith for everything they do for us publicly. Right now, we've got a lot of question marks. We're excited about our team, like every coach is probably at this time of the year. We've got a couple of returners that have played big roles in the past. In certain instances, Jessica Winfrey has looked really good. Looked good in our scrimmage the other day. Has looked good in practice. She averaged a double-double as a freshman, and this is the first time she's had an off season that was a healthy off season since then. So we're hoping she can return to that form, and expecting those types of numbers out of her as a fifth-year senior. She's done a great job leading our team in practice, and it has really been a great vocal leader and a lead by example person, just showing people how things are done with all of our young players. And Kiana Kirby, we expect big things out of her from a scoring standpoint this year. Key's had moments in the past where she's come in and late in games, or if we're struggling or in foul trouble, where she's kind of been instant offense off the bench. So she's in a completely new role. She's understanding now, after we've seen some outside competition, how difficult it is to be the person that's called on to score consistently throughout an entire game. So she's in a different role, but I'm fully confident that she's going to be capable of pulling that off, and we're excited about what she's done. And we've got some freshmen that we're really excited about. Jansen Starks, a local girl from Murray that a lot of people have been asking about. She's done a great job, probably better than we expected when we signed her. And she averaged over 26 points a game last year, so that's saying something. She started to become a vocal leader as a freshman point guard. Been very impressed with that. She knows everything that's going on. We put something in, the next day when she comes to practice, she has it down, and she's done a great job. Taylor Porter, another freshman that actually I think had an identical scoring average as Jansen last year in the state of Kentucky. Taylor's done a really good job playing the point and playing on the wing. Longer guard with good athleticism. That we're excited about those two freshmen. And another freshman guard, Nakia Edom. So that's three freshman guards that are going to play key roles for us. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll find out as soon as we start playing in front of people. But they've done an outstanding job to this point. Natanya Jackson is somebody that, if you've seen her, she's lost about 115 pounds since last May. She took last year as a redshirt year to work on herself and on her body, and she's certainly done a tremendous job getting prepared to play this season. And she's going to, at 6'4", she's going to provide a presence in the paint that we haven't had. She still has to learn, how to use her body now, because she has a totally new body. 115 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. And so she's learning how to control herself and control her body. But you talk about a skilled player and an intelligent basketball player. She'll come out and she knows exactly what angle to set a ball screen. She knows exactly when to stop in the backcourt and nail an opponent to free up a guard. And she's very vocal at times. So as she becomes more comfortable, I expect her to be able to man the 5 spot. And then, we'll be small outside of her. Jashay Lee is a sophomore transfer, played her freshman year at Cal Poly, redshirted after an ACL injury, then played her sophomore year at New Mexico Junior College. And she's a 5'10", 3-4 player, very skilled around the basket, can shoot the three, handle the ball. I think she's going to play a pivotal role for us with her maturity and leadership and ability to put the ball in the basket. And Cheyenne Hosey is somebody who's a fourth-year junior, redshirted her freshman year. A great athlete, and we really haven't seen much out of her in games to this point in her career, but she's been much more consistent in practice. So, I hope that she can step up and provide this team with a lot of energy and some rebounding help, because she's certainly capable. And Bianca Babich, another returner, a sophomore, a bit of a chucker. She's going to throw it up. She's going to get shots up. The nights that her shot is going in, she's going to be able to provide us some scoring off the bench. She has deep range, and she's a big-bodied guard that can go down and post smaller guards up. So we can utilize her in some different ways. And the biggest thing that we're facing right now is we have no idea what's going to happen. We play Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock against another opponent with the lights on and officials in the gym and fans in the gym and the scoreboard counting the score. And I just don't know how they're going to react because we have so many people. We only have one player returning that is going to be playing the same role that she's played in the past. Everyone else is either in a different role or is new to college basketball. So, we're looking forward to seeing what happens. And right now we just have a lot of question marks. But I think, one thing I do know, they'll play with a lot of passion, a lot of desire, and it'll be fun and exciting to see. All right, any questions?
Can you talk about the exhibition a little bit and some of the things you're keying in on to gauge?
Well, at this time, we're focused on ourselves and making sure we improve every day. We play Berea College. They've been an exciting team the past several years. Their former coach, former racer Terrence Brooks, has moved on, got another position. So they just hired a new coach, a coach that's coming off a 39-0 season and an undefeated state championship in high school. And they have a racer great, Jeff McClain, is an assistant coach at Berea. So we're excited to have him come back. But as far as they're concerned, we just know they're going to come in and they're going to play as hard as they can possibly play and give us their best effort. And, we're just worried about ourselves right now. What I'm looking forward to seeing is how we react to the new defensive rules and the new emphasis on the hand checking, the post play, illegal screens, everything that the NCAA is telling us they're going to call this year. It's very similar to what the guys are going through. I've seen some scrimmage reports from friends that have had scrimmages where 95 fouls have been called. I talked to one guy who had 6 players foul out with 10 minutes to go in the second half in a scrimmage the other day. So that's going to be interesting to see how we respond to that. And we've certainly been working hard defensively, and just going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
How have the practices been this year for the team since you have so many new players?
Good. Surprisingly, I'm very surprised at how well they've picked things up. The first meeting we had in the summer, we had everybody there except for Tony Niebler, a freshman from Germany, and Jashay Lee, who had some things to do to finish up in junior college to graduate. And, the very first meeting I told them our expectations are going to be the same that they are for every team. We're not going to allow them to use the excuse that I'm a freshman or I'm a new player, I've never been at this level, to not know what's going on when they come into practice. And, once we laid that expectation out there for them, I think they were excited about it, and I just believe people rise to the expectations that you give them. They've had a lot of energy. They've come into practice and they know what's going on. Now, do they do everything right every day? No. A lot of mistakes made. Their attitudes have been good when they make a mistake and coaches correct them. We've had no attitude, no complaining. We kind of have a no complaining training rule in our practices this year. And, the attitude has been tremendous, and they just want to get better. Everybody on our roster just wants to get better. And, that's a lot of fun for a coach. It's been a fun group to work with. It has not been the pain and the headache that I thought it would be before we got them here in July.
Jansen was more of a score-first point guard in high school.
Yes.
Is that the role you envisioned for her here, or more just running the team?
The elite thing, the great thing that she does is obviously everybody around here knows she can shoot it, but her passing ability is really tremendous. At this level, she's a tremendous passer. So that's the thing that she provides first and foremost. But we've seen a little outside competition. And the one thing that she hasn't lost, and, I really push them to be themselves until we sit down and talk about team roles. And her aggressiveness is going to serve her well. She's an aggressive scorer, and she doesn't panic. And the thing that I've seen early from her, some of the athleticism that she's faced is better than she's ever seen in high school. But she's a problem solver, and she's kind of figured it out. And once we start facing outside competition, I think she'll figure things out pretty quickly, and she's certainly going to be a capable scorer.
Any difference in the style a fan will see on the floor this year as opposed to last year?
The one thing we were a little more physical last year, and we're going to be aggressive, but we're really focusing on keeping our hands off of people, because everything I've heard, and I'm talking to officials, every touch is going to be called this year. You know, I believe the other night in the Louisville men's scrimmage, somebody texted me and said they were at that game and they were in the bonus at 18-10 to go in the first half. And I found out later it was actually one foul from the bonus, I think, at 18-10 to go in the first half. But that's 1:50 of playing time, and teams are already in the bonus. And, you know, so we're not going to be as hands-on as we've been. And kind of my philosophy has always been be as aggressive as you can be and then adjust if they're calling it, adjust. But, you know, it's kind of like, well, they can't call everything. So let's try to create something to get our offense going in transition off our defense. And, you know, I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that anymore. So, you know, we'll play hard, we'll play fast offensively. Defensively, we're really trying to keep our hands off of people now.
How important is the non-conference schedule with such new teams?
Oh, it's critical. You know, and the first thing we have to stay focused on is maintaining confidence level. You know, we've got a tough non-conference schedule. Western Kentucky's got 2 preseason All-American candidates they're touting, and you know, preseason Sun Belt Player of the Year, and they'll probably win the Sun Belt this year. And we play them early. We go on the road to Evansville, an up-and-coming Missouri Valley team. It's a tough place to play. You know, we open with Robert Morris Springfield here. They've already played 3 games. They're 3-0 already. I just found out this morning. So, you know, they certainly will have an advantage from an experience standpoint. And Wright State comes in here. They're picked second in their league. They're going to be an outstanding team. Xavier, you know, we go play a Big East team. It's going to be a tough schedule. We're going to see everything we need to see. St. Louis and an A-10 team. But we're going to see everything that we need to see before we get to conference play. The big thing with a young team, and we dealt with it some last year because we had 2 freshmen in the starting lineup last year, is maintaining when they struggle early, because there are going to be struggles, that maintaining that confidence level that they believe they can play. And, you know, I think we'll be able to get through that and prepare us for conference play.